we look at the solutions to problem set 15 here. What is the probability that you get no heads if you toss a coin 4 times? This can only happen if we get 4 tails in a row. So the probability is a half times a half times a half times a half, which is 1 over 16. Each possible outcome has the same probability. There are 16 possible outcomes from 4 tosses, since 2 from 1 toss, 4 from 2, and so on. And only 1 out of these 16 possibilities lead to all 4 tosses being tails, which gives the same result, as in 1 over 16. What is the probability that you get 2 heads if you toss 2 coins? Similar to what we did already. The probability of 1 heads is a half, getting 2 is a half times a half, or a quarter. What is the sample space if you toss a coin twice? So the sample space is just a set of possible outcomes, possible things that we might get. So we could get head-head, head-tails, tail-tails, or tail-heads. So the 4 possible outcomes. What is the probability that we get a 1 if we roll a dice? We can have 1 of 6 possible outcomes. So we could roll a 1, a 2, a 3, and so on. And all are equally likely. And there's only 1 which is 1. So there's only 1 way of rolling a 1, and there are 6 possible things we might get, which are all equally likely. So the probability is 1 over 6. Now, not all dice are 6-sided, so I should have said a 6-sided dice. But that is the standard one, so by default, when you say dice, you tend to mean 6-sided. What is probability that we get more than 8 if we roll 2 dice and add what we get? This is slightly trickier. Well, we need to look at our sample space of possible outcomes and just count how many are 9 or more. So we could have, if say the first dice was a 6, we could have 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5, 6, 6. So all 4 of those add to 9 or more. If the first dice came out as 5, well, we could have 5, 6, 5, 5, or 5, 4. That's 3 ways that we could get 9 or more. If the first one was a 4, we could have 4, 5, or 4, 6. And finally, we could have 3, 6. So that means that there are 10 ways that we could get 9 or more, and there are 36 possible things that might have happened. So the probability we want, where we end up with what's the probability of the 2 dice adding to 9 or more, is 10 divided by 36. Remember to subscribe to be updated when new content is added. Thanks.